way up. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going on track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this is 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going on track. Now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money.
What is up? What is up? What is up? I see a few of y'all already in here. What is up, Phil? Grape Ape. What is up, Voorhees? What is up? It's always good to see y'all. Man, as always, I always seem to lately been getting some really good characters on here, and I'm super excited about having old Baby Goat with us. Also known as Adam, he plays for Tacos out at North Cal. So we're gonna have some good conversations, I'm sure, about all kinds of topics.
Yeah, we're gonna gossip. Gossip.
This is gonna be a good vibe. I have no doubt about it. Basically, just started out with, I am gonna say thank you for coming on here with me. I was really pumped about this one.
Thank you for having me.
It is nice to it's nice to really reach out and grasp and what we were just talking about beforehand, before this started, our hours of difference, within the time frames of getting different people on here. But the plus side to that is we're reaching, you know what I mean, from place to place, and it's
whipping. That means you're spreading out. You're getting.
It's cool, man. It's a good feeling. But yeah, man. Basically, what I'm thinking is doing is what I always do. Basically, kind of hand you the mic here in a second. Give me a halfway rundown of who you are, where you play for, how long you've been playing, all that kind of jazz.
Yeah. So, like you said, Baby Goat from Tacos. Started Tacos probably about 3 years ago. Just my son and another friend, and wasn't really a speed soft scene where we were at. We just started a team. We were a little group of friends, and just started expanding as they were playing tournaments. We grew. I've been playing Airsoft probably 5 years or so. And like almost every other Airsofter, I came from paintball. Just started to spend some time with my son. He was at that age where he could start playing, and about when I started Airsoft or paintball, so I was like, let's go, and just grew. People seeing us in our jerseys. Well, actually, we started in t-shirts like everybody else, and they loved it, and more people flocked to us, and we're next thing you know, we're holding tryouts, and now we got 16 people on the roster. So we're doing good. We're doing good.
You're definitely growing. So your son, he plays on the same team with you?
Yes, sir.
That is awesome. Like, that is just cool.
Yeah, I got him. Got my little brother. He's Hella 916. He's my little brother. He's on the team too. So got a little family. Then my teammates. They're my other family. So
that is cool to have a family tie within the game like that. It really is.
Yeah.
So
it makes it good.
What's your everyday go-to, or I'm not gonna say everyday, but your go-to field that you like to play at the most?
The best field in NorCal, True Aim.
True Aim.
It's an outdoor field. They just put in a speed soft field. Turfed it. It's pretty nice. It's actually really nice. So, but every Sunday you can find us at True Aim. We're gonna start venturing out. There's a few new fields here opening up. We got a good indoor opening up, and everybody loves to play indoor. So
yeah, I'm so spoiled with indoor fields, but we don't have any speed QB fields outdoor anywhere. Like none.
Okay. It's different. I mean, you got to worry about weather and all that stuff, but
yeah.
I want to shout out True Aim. They've had our back since day one. I mean, that's my main field. I've gone there 99% of the times. Just did a tournament yesterday, and I don't know the price. I think it was like $250 a team or whatever. And this field paid for 2 of our teams to get in. Then all the extras. I mean, they put in close to $1,000 just to get us to play this tournament, and it's a great field. They do a lot for a community. I'm sure you've heard of them, Caber.
Mm-hmm.
So Caber's there, and they all just work hard for the community.
Brady said we need a field. We do need a field. Speedsoft Australia, what's up, man? Fives, what's up, man? But yeah, we got something in the works with one of our team members, trying to get a practice field more or less on his property to be messing around with. So it'll help a lot. Obviously we do play outside a lot out there at ACS, but it's not a Speed QB field. It's just an outdoor field. But huge shout out to them. I mean, that's where we all started as a team, kind of just playing outside, and then moved into Speed QB kind of, indoor feel to it. But now we're spoiled. We like the indoor. I mean, we do. We like, shooting tracers and being, get away from the elements. No mud, no rain, no snow, none of that, heat, cold.
Indoor's nice for the players, expensive for the owners, so.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. You are not kidding. So, I gotta ask, I mean, I know what it is, but what is your absolutely primary first gun to go to?
Yeah, you do know. It's that OMG build from Custom, or from Monk Customs. Let's see, I got the second one here in the States, and it's been shooting lasers. I've had no problems with it. Nothing broken, no handles, no nothing. I'm also old and fat, so I'm not sliding into bunkers. But yeah, that OMG build, love it.
Yeah. Yeah, do you ever play with pistols, or you just play with that rifle?
So I don't. I got a pretty nice pistol. Whenever I break it out and play with it, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I not using this? I love playing with pistols, but there's always a problem with a high kappa. Something's always broken on it. But after I play with it, I'm like, why am I not playing with a pistol more often, just for fun?
Yeah, they are fun.
Yeah. I'm primary back player, so I just stay back there in my little amped bunker and just shoot away.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. So what got you interested in going over to a Monk build?
So I've said this every time I talk to Bert or anything about Monk. From day one, like, I remember seeing their old school ESG or their Euro tactics, and I just remember from playing paintball, I was like, this is what Airsoft needs. We need this. And from day one, like, I was in their Instagram. I was like, I love what you guys are doing. I love where you guys are going. I love your vision. And we just kind of hit it off from there. And everything they've done, it's just next level. Like, I'm trying to think of each product they come up with, and they're game changers. Mm-hmm. They're game changers. I mean, the new M-Mag or M adapter. I mean, people are like, oh, primary is cool, which it is. Primary is cool, but when you can have just a few little extra advantages, like, why not take them? And they built that M adapter for the sport of Speedsoft. Like, it's not you're not milsimming, you're not out there playing racket. It's for the sport, and that's what they thought of, and that's what they're pushing for. So I just love the way they're going.
Yeah, when I first seen them, I don't know, it was a good while ago, and I made a video about one. I actually made one about demos as well. I thought it was very interesting. Just something about it that just grasped me, you know what I mean? And I didn't play paintball. I didn't come out of paintball to it. But now, as a player and playing Speed QB, I'm like, man, I would still love to play some paintball. But we don't have the option around here. We don't have it. I mean, I have no animosity against paintball at all. If we had a field and could afford it, we would definitely probably, PBZ paintball as well, for sure. But running them, I ran the Euro Tactics one, the ESG. I had the ERG first, and then I ran the ESG Euro Tactics one on an ARP9, and I fell in love with the versatility of just having. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I don't have no line hooked up to me. Now, I don't mind the line. I don't mind the backpack, nothing like that. But it was like, you get the freedom of an AEG, just HPA. So if I want to put it down real quick and then run over to somewhere, I don't have to worry about hooking up, you know.
A little more freedom.
Yeah, just that little bit more freedom.
Like I said about the M adapter, it's just those little advantages. Like playing Speedsoft, like what if your backpack's sticking out just on the other side of the bunker? It's just those little advantages that, may help you.
I'd agree completely. In which I got the M adapter coming in tomorrow. I'm super pumped about that. So it is the newest Glock one. It's gonna be super exciting to play with.
Yeah.
I'll be running mine in a Galaxy because I reached out and grabbed one of these, the G series, instead of a high kappa. I do love high kappas; they're great.
And you got the ultralight coming. It's the M adapter, but it's the ultralight version. That thing is seriously no joke, like a third lighter. It's stupid light.
Yeah, I've yet to hold one yet, man. But just seeing them when I first looked at them, I thought, I don't know. But I was using the primary one at the time. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it yet. So I sat back and watched what is people, getting it and what they thought about it and such. But I ain't heard nothing but positivity out of them the entire time.
Yeah,
I ain't heard anyone say anything negative on them. Something I did see is a good buddy of mine had his, unfortunately, the mag release in the front got shot and broken. I was like, well, that's a 1 in a million chance, of something. So I was like, that's not a fault of the mag at all. That's just it could happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it can, and it's right there in the front. So I mean, stuff's gonna happen. But you got that. Reach out to us and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. It's a game changer. It's light. It's cool. You're gonna like it.
I'm super excited about it. Yeah, Brady runs. He has the Gen 2. Most of my team, well, at least on the A team with us. I'll be the last one back on it. So all of us have one now.
Okay. Because you run a backpack, don't you?
I have been. That's why I was running the ESG for a good while. And when Speaky B kind of changed the rules for us over here with the whole ammo thing, that's when I shifted from ARP and went back to M4. And so I got a new M4 build, and I was like, why not just run a stock again for a while? So I did. I mean, I enjoy a stock, but it's just not the same. And Saturday, I actually played with Phil's Pink Monk. Again Saturday for about half the day, and it felt good just to pick it up again and just run with it. And I was so excited. I already had my grip coming to do it again. it's just a good the versatility of it is just so awesome. And not to mention the build alone from them are
they're top notch. I mean, you got Junkie teching on them, testing it. You know you're gonna get something good coming from them. So I've had no problems. I haven't changed no settings. I don't want to change any settings because it's dialed. So, but yeah, of course I play mine every time. And you're talking about versatility. Like I play a lot of Dorito, and it's just so nice. Like you don't even have to switch ends. You can just do this little flip over thing, and it's nice. It's nice. Freedom.
A guy from Phantoms had the same thing. Call signs, or Voorhees said a guy from the Phantoms had the same thing happen. I'm assuming he's referring to the button getting shot. CSL, what's up, man? Trying to look at some of these guys if anybody asked a question.
Ooh, we got Caber in the chat. He's listening.
Yeah, I see a lot of people. Yeah, Brady's talking about he loves his Gen 2. He had issues with his line. something. He was having issues with something. He was curving left for so long, and I'm glad he's finally going to get a different build. I'm not going to blurt it out there what he's got yet. He's got something good coming.
He's got something nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Zay. Oh, there's Hella. Yo. My little brother's in the chat.
So, wait, who's your little brother in here?
LJ.
That is
LJ,
awesome.
he's got the call sign Hella 916. One of the best back players in the game.
No kidding.
He's great. He's our quarterback. He stays back there. He organizes stuff. We go do our thing. So yeah, he's a good dude.
So I have to ask, and this is always an interesting question, just to kind of see. I always ask everybody, is that where do you see what we have going on now in 5 years?
Oh, I love that question.
Yeah, it's just because it's a Pandora's box question.
Yes, you could debate on that for a long time. So the obvious question is, or answer is, it's going to go two ways. Obviously, really bad or really good. Where I see it going good. There's some stuff in the works right now. There's some stuff that is going to really help this sport. That's in the works. Not going to say much, but there's just be ready. Be ready. We're going to have something good. The only way it's not going to work out is if we continue to do what we're doing every single weekend. If we don't get stuff organized, if we don't get somebody to come in and just get us organized, discipline us, like if we just keep running around like speed softers and getting pissed at each other every single weekend for this and that, then it's going to be the same thing. And
burnout.
Yeah, people are not going to want to play, and then they're going to. But I see it going really good because I know what's coming down, and in 5 years, I see us up there with paintball. I see us with crowds. I see us on TV. I see players getting paid. Sponsorships, and that's not just from airsoft companies. That's going to be from everybody. I see good things. Good things. I mean, tournaments are starting to get live streamed now. I mean, that's cool. That's cool to be able to watch something on the East Coast or even what they're doing in Europe. Like, that stuff's cool. Like, that's what I see it being, like an organized thing where everything's televised. Like, legit jerseys. Everybody looks good. We're professional. It's not just this go in there and some random tournament. I mean, there's always going to be random tournaments. There's always going to be that. Something going on over there, something here for the weekend, but we just need that one big league. So
I was I ain't gonna say anything on anything, but we was talking to somebody I would consider an important piece of a puzzle the other day, and we was talking about some of this sort of the same thing. Is we want it to. Now, there is plenty of people that want to just play airsoft on the weekends. I agree with that. There's always going to be just the weekend warrior, it's just a hobby. But I think it is showing to grow more than that now. So now we're really starting to have the people that's wanting a hunger and to really transform it from a hobby into where it moves in and feels, and not only feels, but is organized as a sport.
For sure.
So, talking to this individual is we got to get an umbrella of this is what it is. And what I would love to see is, especially when it comes to rules, I'd love to see if we go to, we can all do local things. We go to tournaments, this state, this state, this state. That's all well and good, but I think it'd be nice to have, us travel even over to y'all. or up to New York or down to Florida to, you know, really national, and then actually take this to a global scale where we can actually go compete at Real Strike or go down to Australia, anything like that. Which would require a lot of, you know, that is going to start coming into a money thing. It's always going to resolve back to money on these things. But I can definitely see in due time companies getting behind. Not only what you just said, just, you know, your normal ones you would think of. But how much further can we really take it where we see it? I mean, I have to agree with you completely that I think it's a matter of time before we really see TV. I mean, especially with this, what's going on now lately with all the streams that seem to be going on, and I think that's going to become extremely popular. I have no doubt about that. Even though we're not like on the, you know, clicking through your TV, or, you know, your big 55 on the wall and just come across Airsoft, but even on this platform, YouTube is a huge platform, and a lot of people go to it. So I think it could definitely be something to start out on. There's a lot of companies that already run ads, they run shows, they run all kinds of stuff on YouTube. So I think it's a good platform to have. Paid.
Yeah, and once we start venturing with other companies away from Airsoft, like once we start blasting, you know, Ford on our jerseys and Motorola and this and that, like,
bro,
you know, that's, you know, once that stuff starts happening and we're on these platforms and people are seeing that, and, you know, they're putting these commercials, and, you know, here we are playing Airsoft, next thing you know, this Ford F-150 commercial comes on, and, you know, money's starting to go around, and players are getting paid, and organizations are making money, and we're playing in legit arenas, and we got a crowd up there, and, you know, we have those cool cameras coming over our head on the zip lines like NFL and they have in Europe, and just all the cool stuff. But it needs to get like that. It needs to be organized first. Like, and I'm not ripping on any team. This goes for my team, your team, every team. Like, we need that discipline where, because you know the sport is so much. There's so much honor in this sport. Like, you have to have it. You have to have it, because if you don't, it's going to be what we're fighting about every single weekend. So we need that good organized reffing crew on us and making calls. And you know what? If they see something, throw the flag and get disciplined. Like, tournaments around here, like, we hardly ever see penalties. I was so happy in this last tournament that we played yesterday. There were flags not going everywhere, but it's so good to see some discipline. Like, we need that, because we're just a bunch of savages out here just shooting each other. Like, we need somebody to keep us in line.
Yes.
Keep us in line. So.
Yeah. I think as due time goes on and it grows on that. I mean, I would love to see, you know, 2 years from now, I'd love to see a Pro Division, Division 1, Division 2. I mean, we'll definitely have the teams to do it. I have no doubt in that. If you stretch it on a nationwide kind of aspect, stretching it into local kind of things, I think would be a little bit harder to get that many teams out of it. There's a thought and an opinion. If we went to that level, let's say Pro, Division 1, Division 2, how many teams do you think should be in each category for that? Because we don't have that yet, at least over here.
We're doing pretty good over here. Over here, the tournament we did yesterday, it was 4v4, so yes, it's not fives, but we had Amateur A yesterday, which is the higher division. I think we had 10 teams in that. Then the Amateur B was Saturday, and I think there was 8 teams in that. And that's not counting probably about 6 other teams that, you know, just couldn't get in because of money or time or whatever. So just over here, we have a lot of teams just in NorCal. But if I had to give an answer right now, I would say probably, you know, let's go 16 each division, depending on how you do it, you know, because brackets break down easy in 8, 16.
Yeah.
So that would be a good way to do it. The tournament we did yesterday, Syndicate, they're doing it. I like how they're doing it. They have 2 divisions right now: Amateur A, Amateur B. Next year when he does it, I think the top 5 teams will go into his new professional division. And these teams are going to shift. Like, you can't just stay in one spot. If you're at the bottom, you're going down to the next division.
Yeah,
if
you're going to lose your spot,
up,
more or less.
I love that you're able to change like that, and it keeps it, keeps it interesting.
If you had 10 teams per se, it was all pro, and it's like, well, you have the Division 1 would have no chance to kind of move into that as long as a team exists, unless, you play out through the year, you start losing games, you're going to fall off, shift down to Division 1, Division 2. Kind of thing. CSL made a good point. He said, I don't think we could have divisions of teams so I think we could have the divisions if teams were more willing to travel 10 plus hours. I agree. There's a lot of travel when we talk about these things, travel's going to be a big thing. It'd be nice if we could all play just locally, down the road, but that's not the case. So it's definitely a lot of time on the road.
Yeah.
East playing West, I'd love to see it. That would be a nation thing. We had our East Coast regional thing over here, so last year, we had people come out of SS, HTK, and Nashville. We all slugged it out last year in September at HTK, sent a winner home. That was just a regional thing. I'd love to, if not this year, I don't think it'd be this year, but maybe next year or so, let's get a national one. It'd be nice to play y'all. It'd be nice to play different people over there.
You want to play us?
I would love to play y'all. Absolutely, yes.
Well, guess what?
I would love to. I want to play all teams, man. I want to go, like, me and my team were talking about a while back ago, with Demi. It'd be nice just to go over there and, play second and none. We're probably going to get our asses handed to us for a while.
Oh, yeah.
But it's okay, We're like, man, you got to play a good team to really learn things, we don't want to play suckers. We want to play the best of the best, It's okay to get our asses whooped. We've been humbled plenty of times.
Well, I know me and you were talking a little bit before the stream and stuff, and you talking about wanting to play us. You know what's coming up, so
yes, I do. So it'd be nice to see what happens and what turns out throughout the year.
You might be traveling.
I'd like to. Me and my team were talking about that. For us to get to California, I think it's one of them is probably in the chat. I think it was 22 hours drive for us. So he's like, we ain't driving that. We'd fly it.
Oh, yeah.
But it'd be really nice. A lot of us have talked to for the last few years, been wanting to go to Tac City. That'd be a big one to go to for us.
That'd be cool.
We've been.
The good thing, like, you come to California, like, you will have your pick of fields. Like, we have a lot here to choose from. So you'd be good. I believe a round trip is about 500.
It's not bad either.
Not that I was looking yesterday or anything like that, but
that's not bad either. That's doable.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Mail your stuff out so you don't have to fly with it, because that's a hassle.
That's something we was talking about too. Is just if we had a place to go ahead and ship everything to, have it there and ready for us. Make sure it touches down, make sure everything's cool. It'd be really nice to have. I think the opportunities are. I think this is just going to be pretty good. Brady said 28 hours to Tac City from his house, and he's in Tennessee.
Well, that's a long drive.
Yes, it is. So it's definitely a flying situation. Houdini, what's up, my guy? 5 said, is traveling mentality really that bad? And there's a lot of teams that won't travel, but there's a lot that do travel. Several hours. I think you're probably, I could be way the hell off, but I think probably your common denominator on most of these teams that travel are probably 7-8 hours for anything that's major.
Yeah.
We're blessed we're only, our top field that's away from us in our kind of our region, and we look at that from, kind of HTK all the way down to SS. And SS from us is like 5.5 hours from me. So, I mean, that's not terrible. We're talking about doing that in April.
It's not terrible, but still, it's a
drive. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. It sucks.
But you have to plan.
But that's part of it, man. I think, and that comes with, just putting in the work is kind of the way I see that. Putting in the sacrifices and things like that. Like, how bad do you really want this? I mean, this is start separating, the men from the boys kind of situation there. Like, how far are you really wanting to go with this?
Yeah, for sure. And I like what you said earlier about, like, you have to play the best teams. That's where you learn. Mm-hmm. I have one of. I tell the story a lot about that. I can't even remember. 2-3 years ago, we did a tournament up in Oregon. Mm-hmm. We were, fairly new team. Our second match was against SYG. And you know what they did to us. We were playing kind of passive and not really and we've seen what they did, like diving into snakes, and we're like, whoa, okay. we can do that. And we learned and seen what they did. After that match, we didn't lose the match the rest of the day. Like, it's just, you have to play the best teams out there. The field I play at, True Aim, we have a few new teams coming up, and that's what I love. Like, they will come out, and not saying tacos are badass, blah, 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 we're the greatest. But they come out there and get their butts kicked and just keep doing it over and over. And they love it, and they're grinding, and that's what I love to see is, mm-hmm. These new teams can't be scared. You got to get your licks in. Like, yeah. You're gonna get beat up. You're gonna get shot up. You're gonna get ran up on, bunkered, this and that.
Yep.
Just wait till you do it to them. Yep. Eventually you'll start learning. And these new teams, like when they sweep us, it's awesome to see them get fired up and stuff like that. So, you got to play the good teams.
It is exciting. There's a few teams that we've watched create since we've been playing. It is really nice to watch just the growth in other people. Other teams, and when they win the thing, what you just said, get hyped up. That's really exciting feeling, because we remember how it felt. And we still get hyped up about a lot of things. Get vibing really good, get to really feeling it. It's so much fun. Airsoft is the coolest damn sport in the world. It really is. It's awesome. It is the shit. It's a fancy way of playing tag. It is the shit. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
CSL said he got his flight to Cali for under 400. See, something like that. I'm more than willing to do that. We was talking about that a while back ago. The time it kind of came out with hotels and doing all that stuff, because we go out to California, we're going to be there a couple days. There ain't no day event and turning around.
You got to. Of course, you got to hit SoCal and the tax cities, mm-hmm. N1. Like, you have to do that. Then come up to Sacramento, and you definitely got to hit True Aim. Then you got about 4 other arenas and fields that you could pick. So just depending on your style. If you like the mill sim, there's big warehouses full of buildings that wherever you want to go indoor, we got indoor. So yeah, we got a lot of options up here.
That's good, man. It's good to see, like, or at least hear about it, because I obviously haven't been to any of them. But it's just nice to see that it's growing like that. And so many options.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Brady said DSK drove 14 hours on the Shot Zone tournament. Yeah, they come up from Florida. All the way from that. DSK, man, super shout out to them guys. They are doing it. They are. Hella asked, prefer indoor concrete or outdoor turf? I haven't got to play outdoor turf. I personally like concrete. Yeah, I definitely had to say I like the concrete more. I did get to play indoor turf at the Shot Zone one, and it's super fun, man. There's just something different about it. We played on the inflatables, so it felt just like a paintball field. But nonetheless, man, the turf was great. I think I'm just more accustomed to concrete. The turf was fun. If it was outdoor turf, I think I'd be more interested in that. Turf just would feel better to me if it was kind of outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 I don't know. That's a tough one. You have the turf, which is softer, and I like that. That's nice. But there's something about doing the slides on the concrete. It's belly slide, knee slide, whatever. But I don't know.
They both have their place.
Yeah,
they definitely both have their place.
Some indoor turf would probably be good. Some of that that nice indoor soccer stuff.
Yeah, that's what Shot Zone's got going on, and it's nice. I give them that. It's hella nice.
Yeah.
Voorhees says they're going to Shot Zone for the 2v2. Yeah. Speedsoft has a like an official tournament. Speedsoft official. They have a 2v2 tournament. They're going to give away some rings for the first 3 places. I think.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen a ring yet.
15 locations, I think, around the world. That's gonna be pretty hype, and one of them is at Shot Zone. That's gonna be nice. Yeah, for rings too. It's just like it's something different. I'm not competing in that one. Some of my team is. I think Leo and Youngin are playing, and also Mason and another one of my teammates. They're playing it, but.
How many people you got on your team?
Oh man, I think as of the moment, 14, I believe at the moment. I can think of, and 11 of us. Our B team no longer has a sub, so now 11 of us are all SpeakyB players. So
okay.
The other ones are kind of more Milsom based, but man, they've been the homies. We all started from the beginning. So
you can't leave the homie behind.
No, absolutely not. So they don't ever play with us, SpeakyB games, but it don't matter. They rep our name just the same. They're just more Milsom-based players. Houdini said HSA Off-White, and I will be there. So I think they're going to the Shot Zone one. Pitching Fluke, who's going to NA tournament March 5th. My team ain't. March 5th, we ain't going to Nashville. We ain't doing that one. I'm trying to see if anybody's said anything or asked anything. It's just why I'm always kind of looking back. There's the Kingdom of True Aim, and then there's Lesser Pleasant Fields. There's the Kingdom of True Aim, then there's Lesser Pleasant Level Fields.
Oh, Caver.
No bias right there, I love it.
I heard you just recently hit 1,000 subs.
Yes, man, that is exciting. That is super exciting.
Congrats.
Thank you, man. Man, it's all the stuff like this. I mean, I've only been doing this podcast not too long, a couple months now. But man, I gotta admit, bro, I didn't see that coming, and I still look at it as such a small number. Like when I look at demos, or even looking at Dutch the Hooligan and things like that. I'm just like, man, you are such a large number, and I feel like I'm this big.
Even Demo started it. He was at a conference at one point.
Yeah,
I remember watching your stuff, like, not too long ago, and I was like, this guy, he's gonna do good stuff. You're putting out good stuff. These podcasts here, they're good. Like, I was like, this guy's gonna do some good stuff.
I'm trying, man. I mean, it's no secret. I want to watch it grow. I mean, obviously, I'd like for this to be successful. But 1,000, man, it's a huge number to me. It was a huge milestone to finally get that. I'm still watching for watch hours and stuff like that, but the 1,000 was really cool to hit. In gratitude, where I'm giving away a TM. I bought that TM, my own money. Just nobody gave it to me, nothing like that. I'm like, man, I just want to give this away, man. Just maybe appreciation. It is really exciting, man. But I enjoy this a lot. I've grown a lot on it, because I look back at some of my older videos. I'm like, Steve, bruh, like that's rough, man.
Well, if people don't know, like, if they don't do this stuff, like, it's not easy.
No, it isn't.
Like, we're just doing this one little talking thing here, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into
behind the
prepping for
scenes.
this, and
Yeah.
like editing a video. Woo!
Yeah.
Like, you see a 2-minute video, and it's like, bro, I edited that for hours.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of work in it.
Video. Like, there's a lot of work with these, webcasts, with the videos, Instagram. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do with that stuff.
I agree. And at first, I was kind of overwhelmed when I first started doing stuff. I'd spend 3-4 hours editing a video, and then like nobody hardly seen it. I'm just like, but I didn't let that stop me. I'm like, it's cool, man. Like, I'll just keep, because really I just started it. Was just wanting to kind of record some video and basically just kind of share it with homies, kind of put it out there, and just like. Because I still keep my same style I started with. Generally, I'm like, I'll put out like a 4-minute video of some gameplay, just some good music, kind of get you pumped up, want to go play some Airsoft. That was like my whole premise. It was just wanting to do that. I wasn't trying to do tech videos or anything like that at first. It was just, if I can learn something from it, I give it back and just kind of pump people up to go, Like, I love this shit. And it's really cool to see the milestone of 1,000 like that. That really, I knew it was coming because I was watching it. I was definitely watching it.
Yeah.
But after 16 months of this, like, I got mad respect for people that do it. It's just like I know what they put into that.
It is a grind.
Yeah.
So it's hard to. As stupid as it sounds, it's like doing this. Like, it is hard. It takes hours. That's hours away from your family, hours away from other stuff you could be doing, like then running a team. Like, it takes a lot of time. So
it does.
So,
a lot of.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You threw out a question about where you see Airsoft in 5 years, and me saying how I like your style, what you're doing. Where do you see, not Airsoft, but where do you see yourself in 5 years?
You gonna hit me with a deep one, huh?
Oh,
bruh, I've been asked it, like, not really 5 years, but I've been asked the question several times in life, like most of us have. Where do you see yourself going in life? And to be honest, man, I definitely can right now, for the moment, I see myself playing Airsoft without a doubt in 5 years. I'm 33. I'll be 34 this year, but I'm like, I'm not old. I still got plenty in me. I can still play. I'm not old. I'm going with it.
Bro, I'm 44.
Yeah, but like, we are not. Like, we got this. We got this.
You got years in.
I would like. I don't know. Now, are you want to keep it on just a basis of Airsoft, or do you want to see it on a just general in life?
Where do you see yourself 5 years in Airsoft, and are you branching out?
I would love to. 5 years. Gosh, that's gonna be here before I know it. I definitely see carrying on the legacy of the team. I'm always going to be. I don't care if everyone left. At this point, my team means so much to me. I would love to carry it on, even if everybody left. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to play for PBZ, even if it was just me. I want to carry that on because it's the roots. So I see the aspect of the team being around. I see me being involved in the team. I don't want to sit here and be like, all right. Scratching back to a few minutes ago when we was like, seeing a pro league thing like this. Do I see him? I don't. It's hard to say, like, I think I'll be playing pro in 5 years. Because I want to be humble in that same aspect. Like, if I am, I am. If I'm not and I'm still playing on the weekends and bouncing from field to field, it's cool with me. Because I'm still shooting somebody with plastic. And at the end of the day, that's what I enjoy doing. But I would definitely love to be a lot more involved with it, especially with what I'm trying to do now. I mean, it's definitely, I want to help where I can. I want to reach out with different places and help grow it. So I see myself still doing that in 5 years. If I'm still running it on YouTube, doing all this stuff, I don't know. I have no plans to give up YouTube by no means. So it'd be nice. It would be nice to be another one of those guys that like somebody that's on YouTube. When we think of some of the larger airsoft players on YouTube, I would definitely want to see that. It's a goal. Do I see myself there? I don't know. We'll see. But it's definitely a plan. So the plan is to still play airsoft. The plan is to still grow the sport, do where I can, put my hands into it. Definitely YouTube for sure. And just kind of see what happens. I don't see us necessarily transitioning to paintball. I don't see me doing that direct. I'd play paintball, but I don't see me giving up airsoft to go play paintball. I just
Okay.
don't see that.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's hard to say, man, because I've always been one of those I live for the day and knock out today and then see what happens tomorrow kind of guys.
Okay.
But I'll mirror that same question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Unless you had another question for me, and I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it.
I would also like to help answer your question, but from my side.
Okay.
Whenever I'm like, hey, blah blah blah, have you checked out Steve's, all his stuff? Talking to my wife, my friends, anybody. I'm like, the way I describe you, and I say this to everybody, is he's the next demo with the country twang. So that's where I see you going.
I appreciate that.
You do good stuff. You throw out good content. These conversations are good. You get good people on here, and just keep grinding. And if we don't get burnt out, because we're like I said, there's a lot to do on this, so we could easily get burnt out. But I could see you. I could see you over there doing that. So that's how I've explained to you, or explained about you to a few people, that hey, he's the next demo.
I appreciate that, man.
I could see that. So
I hope it's a good goal to point towards. I'm not burned out on this right now, by no means. I'm definitely all for it still. Some days I've been like, I lay back a little bit and not want to do it, but
well, I mean,
that's everybody.
You have to take a break. You have to catch your breath. Nothing wrong with that.
I appreciate that, man. Like, I really do. I really appreciate that. These conversations with people are always, it's what I like to see always, because on my left here I watch the conversations. Just happens to be to where I am, and it's really nice to see that so many people with a common interest come, and there's no fights, there's no animosity, there's no nothing, and that's important to me, is just to sit here and watch it. And it's really nice to, because I don't look at myself in any kind of aspect. I try to stay as humble as I can. I'm always like, I'm nobody. And it's so nice to know I help take a part in bringing people together, you know what I mean, to help grow where I can. But I'm just one dude,
Yeah, but people need that one dude every now and then. They just, they might hit a video like I hit you up a few weeks ago. I'm like, bro, you did that YouTube banner video? Thanks. Like, I could have struggled. Like, I'm the guy that will sit down at the computer. I don't know what I'm doing, but I would have sat here for hours until I figured it out. But instead, I just watched the video and had it done in 15 minutes. It's just stuff like that. Like, yeah, you're just one dude, but hey, people are gonna watch that one dude.
I appreciate that, man. I'm glad I was able to help. Like, it made it a whole lot easier. Yeah, man, just if I can get some information and learn it, I definitely want to give it away. And I want to see everybody eat. Like, I ain't here to keep all the information. I want to watch other people, grow.
Yeah.
I do, though, man. That means a lot. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that, man.
That's why I reached out to you when I started watching your stuff more and more, and I was like, yeah, this guy's going somewhere. It's just the feeling I had, like seeing the stuff from Monk. I was like, this is gonna be big. Like, this is what people need. This is what people are gonna want. And it's the same with your stuff. It's like, this is what people want. They, some people might want that edgy, cool stuff, but there's also, your laid back style that people just want to come in here and talk airsoft. It's not all about the, hey, I headshotted this dude, and it's cool to chuckle with the buddies and stuff like that. But it's also, I just love this style. Let's just talk airsoft. Whatever happens, whatever flows.
Yeah, whatever happens. And that's genuinely with the coffee and airsoft. When I thought about this, the title of what I was going to do, I had a couple people ask me, like, why are you naming it coffee and airsoft? I'm like, because if you've ever had a good conversation with a person while drinking, and shout out definitely to Alpaca Coffee, they hooked me up and they are good coffee. You like it?
It's good. I got it about a week ago, and I waited until this
episode to be drinking the coffee. That's good. But that itself, man, it's I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you genuinely have a good cup of coffee with a person and have a talk, that was the vibe behind it. Some people wouldn't get it, but it's like unless you really had that, when somebody's like, hey, let me get you a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
sure. and you sit there and get into a deep conversation with a cup of coffee. That's the kind of the frame I wanted behind that name. I'm like, man, let's sit here, drink some coffee, and talk about some airsoft.
It's good. Friends just sit down with a cup of coffee. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and that's
I was a firefighter for about 18 years, and every morning that's how we start our morning. We
cup of coffee.
Have that coffee going at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's going. We grab a cup of coffee and we all sit down and talk about our day. So, it's perfect. What's up, Riot? I see you in the chat. We got a few West Coast people in the chat. I mean, they're all over the place. I love it.
Fobs is still in here with us. Speedsoft Australia, man. Super shout out to them, man. Always here with us.
But your question back for me, the 5 years for me.
Yes.
So I've talked to my team about it, and I'm sure a few people around here know. This is probably going to be my last year of really a hard push at the competitive scene. I think after this year, I'll still play. Like, I just know with the kids on our team, they're getting better. And I have no problem with somebody taking my spot. I'm after this year, I'm going to be stepping back. Taking more of a coaching role. So all these new young kids can come in and take my spot. But after that, I would, same as you, I want to be involved in whatever happens with Airsoft. If it's a league, I don't see me doing any branding or clothes, and who knows, that might change. 5 years is a long time. I would like to be more involved in the sport, on the competitive side, being with the league. Right now, I'm highly involved in Monk Customs US. I would love to keep doing stuff with them, and if they decide to come over here a little bit more, just being more involved with them and growing with them as a company. So in 5 years from now, I would like to see me maybe helping. I don't know, because I see a league here. I see a league here in 5 years, and I don't know what my role is in it, but I want something to do with it. And just being involved in Monk US. So,
I have no doubt that Monk's gonna continue to grow. For the guys that I do know that are there, man, they are hella good dudes.
Yeah,
hella good dudes, and so helpful. Man, it is good to see it. It's good to see, and I have no doubt that they're gonna grow.
Oh, for sure. And not, I mean, as much as I love Monk, like there's going to be other companies too that are just there's going to be a lot of other stuff. I mean, this is just the beginning of where Airsoft. That's the beautiful thing. Like, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, just the beginning. All these new companies that are going to start building this and making that and fields, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's good to be. It's really cool to be at the beginning of this, of pre-explosion, because I don't think it's even exploded yet to what it's going to be. I think the fuse is getting short, and it's going to blow up, in a good way, in a really great way. Steve, don't ignore the question, bro. Which one did I?
Well, what was the question?
What was the question?
Why is he yelling?
I might have just passed it up. I might not have seen it because I was trying. I was trying to listen. So it was. Did he ask the question?
I don't know.
Oh, was it? Hey, does alpaca coffee pass the beans through the animal? I would say.
I think there's a coffee bean that they do that.
I have no idea. That's a question I do not know.
I watch a lot of Discovery Channel. I'm a nerd like that, and I think there's some coffee bean that they get out of poop. I don't know if it's an alpaca, but
I was gonna say, let's hope it's not an alpaca. No, I would definitely say not on that one, but. Man, I don't know. Don't look up where chicken nuggets.
It tastes good. Whatever they're doing, it tastes good.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I've heard crazy things about Red Bulls and McNuggets. You know.
Real quick, I was thinking the whole division thing, stuff like that. How, it would be hard to travel and stuff like that. Like, what if the league was to do regionals, like a West Coast, East Coast, North, South, like, then. I don't know, the top 4 teams out of each region, got to travel instead of like, East Coast having to come over to West Coast because, it's the LA plastic slingers, and making every team travel. Like if we did a regional, and then the top teams from there would travel
to a national level, more or less.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to do it. It'd be a better way to get more teams involved for the ones that are like, I can't travel, 28 hours, but if they can travel 5 hours to a certain field, compete, if they win, well then you're stuck with the traveling, however far it's going to be to the next field. But I think that's an absolutely great idea.
I think starting off, before there's payments and all that stuff, we're going to have to do regionals like that where, but once we start getting paid, then it could be, LA versus Tennessee versus,
oh my gosh,
all those teams like paintball's doing it now. Like they have Houston Heats and stuff like that. Like, but for now, I think we have to keep it, localized and until we get bigger, until we see that money flowing.
Who did you say? What if some sponsors have their top teams paid to travel? I mean, I think a lot of it would come to. I mean, because I guess all, but most people that play Airsoft do work outside of that. I mean, it's not like we gotta have a way to pay for our expensive hobbies. So, I think it comes down to a lot of that. But I mean, if it was funded, I know for us, if somebody was like, "Hey, we're gonna pay to fly you over," I mean. My bags are packed, Bubs. Like, when are we leaving?
I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll call my boss. Hey, bro, like, and he'll understand. He'll be like, I understand, bro. I get it. That'd be really nice, man. I mean, I don't see that out of the realm of possibilities. Eventually, seeing sponsors. I mean, but there are some sponsors right now that people have that. I mean, they're still establishing themselves. So it helps them grow.
That's just us going back to this is the beginning. Like, I'm throwing out Monk. Like, to me, Monk is one of the biggest players in Airsoft. Like, everybody knows it. Like,
yes. And
they are just starting off, and they're starting to help out teams and do their thing. But this is just the beginning. Like, once you said how these companies start getting established and Then they started helping out, and then
Yes.
it's just beginning. It's going to be good. In 5 years, watch. It's going to be good.
Let's be Australia. You need to do first, ask later. If you want somebody's attention, you would get it by traveling off your own back, and company would think about backing you. I mean, I'd agree with that. I mean, if we have any company that stands behind us and is willing to support us, I mean, we're always grateful. We consider all the things that we do. We're going to pay for it out of pocket. We go ahead and assume it, do it. You know, I mean, we have our coverages on things. We're actually sponsored by one of the local fire departments, is in Kevel, so we never pay for air. Never.
Oh, nice.
Never do we go anywhere. We always show up with our own air. We go fill it up for free, do our thing, take the tanks, no air. One of our sponsors paid for our entire jerseys. I'll leave the number out of the situations. You know, it's kind of irrelevant, but covered all of them. I mean, Anthrax jerseys, really good ones. You know, good solid things.
Those are top notch right there.
Yeah, that was nice too. That was a blessing. You know, that company stood behind us. They believed in us. And, you know, not only when we do travel, we, you know, put on our face too. You know, we're not only representing ourselves as PBZ, but we also represent these companies as well, you know, so kind of be on your best behavior kind of thing.
Sure. And that's a lot of what these newer teams need to realize. Like, and it doesn't matter what company sponsors you. Like, you're representing that company now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you go out and mag dump some kid, and you know, you're mag dumping them with a, you know, Carl's Jr. logo on your shirt. So
Yes.
don't, you know, you got to be careful what you're doing.
I'd agree with that completely. So being on your best behavior about things, and that's something we thought about when we didn't mag dump people like that or do anything.
Yeah.
But we definitely, once we started picking up some logos, we considered that highly. We was like, you know, we're not just representing ourselves, you know, especially with this jersey on. We have a name to stand behind there, and it's important to us.
For sure.
Brady said, I want to go. Brady, where are you wanting to go? Brady's one of my teammates on there, Brady Ladd.
Okay.
Companies have to get a benefit from it. So as soon as the audience and the stream grow, it will. I agree with that. I mean, it's definitely going to be companies. Companies are going to be the dollars for the situation.
Oh.
So and they are businesses. And businesses don't run off hopes and dreams. So I'd agree with that. There's got to be the money coming back into the interest, the growth, things like that.
Yeah, and you know, when you get sponsors, and once again, this is for the newer teams also. Like, you know, it's not what can the sponsor do for me. It's not that. It's like, how can you help the sponsor? That's what you need to do as a player. Like if a field sponsors you, you better be there to help.
Yeah.
Whatever that field needs. If they need you to go pick up trash,
Yeah.
like you can't be sponsored by a field and just like, oh, give me BBs, I'm sponsored by you. No,
Yeah.
You better figure out what you could do for them first.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of these new teams got to figure out and do. I mean, once you get a sponsor, you better do something for them. Ready for a Euro trip?
Yeah, that's Esmond, a teammate. Dude, I am too. I mean, you know, I'm ready to go. That's a big commitment, but I'm so willing to get into that commitment because it'd be so nice. When we was talking about it not long ago, like, you know, to be at Real Strike. I mean, because I love what EU's got going on. I love it, man. And it's, for us, it's kind of like the holy city we look at. It's just like EU. What do they got going on? We look over at Real Strike.
Yeah.
And we was talking about, I was like, man, you know, just getting there and playing, we'd all be cheesing ear to ear, you know, under our mask. Like, you know, probably be just surreal moment on the wall, you know, and that first breakout just probably get murdered because we're stuck in the moment.
You're smiling. You are having the the
Yeah.
time of your life there.
Yeah, getting shot up, somebody sneak up on me and light me up. It's cool. I'm still smiling, you know. I'm still happy.
That would be the ultimate goal to go there.
Yes. And it's gosh, it'd just be so nice. FD said, Sticky B, see Pops get your coffee. Yeah, I did see that he got him. My coffee cup. Pops did. I appreciate you, Pops. The official after tourney meal for PBZ. Yeah, we always stop at a cookout restaurant after tournaments.
Oh, okay.
It's like a ritual. That's what Pops is talking about there. The official after tourney meal for PBZ. People bring free promotion. And see what Houdini just said. He said the amount of people you bring to them is free promotion. My time shouldn't be free. Just saying. I mean, I think we put in some work on things. Genuinely, there's some that I'm just like, I stand behind the product. So I'll put it out there anyways. Because I'm like, why you should get this, bro. It's awesome. But I guess I understand what he's saying, though. You put in so much time into things and, you know, making photos and stuff like this, like thinking of time, taking time out of your day. I guess I can see that.
Yeah.
5 said, we're waiting for you. He's talking about that EU. Every game needs to be played first, Birdie Land. Here's the damn place. Yeah, PBZ's got to make its mark at EU one day. We have to. I don't know how. I don't know when.
Yeah.
There's a goal for 5 years. Definitely.
That's our goal.
That is the goal.
I talked to my team about that. We were 100% planning to go there. And I even said it, like, we are going. But plans do change. So we came up with a new goal for this year. I don't think we're going to make Europe this year. But we will be traveling. So there's something coming up that we will be traveling to.
I don't know where, but we don't have anything planned for this year. I think the furthest travel we have planned for this year, and it's not even like in stone yet, but we're talking about going down to SS. We've been wanting to go down there for a while.
SS would be fun. That looks like a fun little field to play on.
Yeah, and it seemed like some good competition there.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to go there and play their little Speaky B field and play at GE, the open field. Be a lot of fun. It looks fun. It looks like a lot of good places, but we'll see. We've been talking about it in April. I'm hoping we do. I'm ready to go. You should have the same quality fields at your place.
Hope so.
I definitely hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, look, when you get to EU and the guns won't. Brady said, "You know, my luck. When you get to EU, the guns won't go down."
Yeah. Yep.
If you ain't got something messing up, it ain't a tournament. Like
Exactly.
something's gonna go bad.
Exactly. There's always issues. That's what I love too. Like, I don't know. We had 3 teams in this tournament yesterday, and you know, there's going to be gun issues, and it's just so nice to be able to like have a homie there that boom, he'll go snatch his gun up, and here you go. Like, that's one thing that our team does good. Like, we have our little pit crew. Like, in between rounds, you know what? If your team's not playing, you're over there loading BBs in between rounds. You have your extra gun over there because you know a gun's going to go down, or your air is going to run out, or a battery is going to die. Like, we had a few batteries die yesterday, and homies are just like, here, take my gun, and that's cool. But yep, guns will go down.
Yeah, we're definitely the pit crew too. When either our A or B is playing, we're over there on the sidelines waiting. You know, in between rounds. As soon as that one's over here, you need mags? You good? Like, you need anything? It's just part of it. Slaughterhouse says, "Have you been to SS yet? My team's next stop." PBZ hasn't yet. We haven't been to SS at all yet.
Yeah, no. Us either. Would love to.
I really do fives. I really do hope in 5 years we have the same quality fields for sure.
I really feel we will. I mean, you're always going to have your outdoor fields, you're going to have your indoor, but yeah, I see us going to that. And hopefully we're playing both indoor and outdoor in 5 years, like competitively. Like I don't want it to be just indoor. Like as much as I love indoor, I just don't. I want variety.
I agree.
want variety. I want fields, change their layouts. Always keep yourself thinking. So
what do you think about these rules thing then? We was talking about things changing. I mean, that's something I would love to see as, globally, all the rules are the same. You know what you're walking into. Because, I mean, each field can have their little tweak to things, Yeah.
That would be nice. That all comes with like a league or organization, like to have set rules. Like it does get confusing when you go from one tournament and I know it's not a big deal, but one tournament you can only have 4 mags. Next tournament it's as many mags as you want.
Mm-hmm.
One is 300 FPS, the other one's 400, and since we don't have nothing, everybody's going to these little tournament, and every rule is different. So it's like, you got to remember even what you're doing. Am I pulling a flag? Am I hitting a buzzer? Is it just TDM? What am I taking the flag to their side, my side? Where's the dead box? Like it'd be nice to have one set rule for everything, and that would be nice. That would be nice. But I think a lot of it just comes down to discipline. Like, no matter what rules you have, like, we need to follow them, and if we don't, there needs to be consequences. There needs to be consequences. A lot of tournaments I play in, say you go up and overshoot somebody, nothing's happening. You're tanking some shots, nothing's happening. A ref has to come pull you out, somebody takes one off the face and a ref comes and pulls you out, like that should be a penalty. If you get hit in the face, you're out.
Yeah.
If a ref comes over and has to pull you out for a face shot, he better go pull your homie. Throw a flag. Something like we need to start disciplining players. You need to start disciplining me when I do something wrong. My teammates, the other team, everybody. Yes. I'm not trying to rip on other teams. That's not what I'm doing. Like. That's for my team. That's for everybody. Like, we just need more discipline in the sport. Like, you see the stuff over in EU, like, people getting shot off break. Like, there's so many tournaments where people are getting shot off breaks and still playing. Like in EU, they don't play that. If they get shot off the break, boom, you see them go right through the dead box because they know something will happen if they tank a shot or. They just got discipline over there, and that's what I love. Like, we just need something. We need something to change.
I agree. The breakout, that's my primary job usually when we play is catching somebody off break right off the go. And I'm vulnerable right then because I'm standing to try to catch them. And I can think of so many times I've got people off break. Sometimes I realize you don't feel it if you're I know the difference. If if it hits your mags right here, you probably didn't feel it. But there's been several times I've caught people and I knew you felt it, But nothing comes about it. It's, they're not down to 4. They're still at 5. Make it to the structure.
It gets frustrating, and that's where stuff needs to change, or it's just going to be the same same arguments that we have every weekend. Hey, I shot you. No, you didn't. Like, stuff just needs to change.
Yeah. Well, see,
and it's gonna be hard because there's egos in this sport, and people are starting to represent companies, and they want to do good, and they want sponsors, and the way to get sponsors is winning these tournaments. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to get that change.
So some of the comments that's going on in here is the flashlight thing. I know you play primarily outside, so I mean, do you deal with a flashlight ever or anything like that? Do you ever even run one?
Not really. But we do a lot of indoor tournaments, and I would like to see going away from the flashlight. I would like to see going away from, these blasters and anything like that. Strobes, like I don't want strobes. You can have a tracer, but once you get all these
fancy stuff,
fancy flashers and this and that, like let's just keep it tracers. And you can't keep it to one company, one certain tracer, but getting rid of all the flashlights and flashers, I think we need to do.
Yeah, see, I had the conversation with Demi at one point. He was talking about they had no flashlights over there, and then I had the conversation with Fibes on here not long ago. No flashlights. I got to thinking on that a lot. So even with, I think it was James's comment talking about take away my flashlight. My flashlight's gone. It is no longer going to be on my rifle. It is on my Galaxy just because it's got a good balance. It looks good, and I'll still play. I'll use one in CQB, but CQB, it's a wrap. I'm killing it. I'm gonna try. I'd rather go that direction. I mean, I can't sit here and talk, lift up EU so much, and then talk about want to follow in some steps and actually not kind of take the steps. So
yeah. I love playing with a flashlight, but once it comes competitive, like. We need to take those off.
Yeah, and I say mine's out in CQB world. I'm gonna keep it in CQB world. Like, it's gonna stay. But I played some scrimmages at HTK Saturday with the Revelation team, 3 of them, and didn't bother using it one time. I had it on there, but I was just like, I'm gonna consciously not use it. I think it's
that's hard to do. That's hard to do.
It was a little hard when I wanted to grab it. Which I'd like to later on see even like requirements of the Gorilla, the FCUs in there. Mm-hmm. Give people time to get one because they're not cheap. They're not. But at least have that fairness of locking everything down. Everybody at the same level. You don't go to a Daytona 500 and see a Honda out there next to them. Everybody's got to kind of be at this basic same level here.
I like that. I like that. That's just think about like NASCAR. Like everything has got to be the same. Like, and I don't know. Maybe some people aren't going to want to run a Gorilla, but I don't know. That's hard. Like it's hard to say like what somebody's going to run in their gun or something because maybe somebody doesn't want to do it. But do we make them do it?
Yeah, I mean, some things are. I mean, we got requirements and other things, in other sports. I mean, if we want to take it kind of that level, so it's kind of like, we don't let basketball players go out there in, blue jeans. It's kind of a requirement, my man. You got to be part of the jersey. You got to be suit for this.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like I think, it's hard to do, and everything we're talking about. It's always hard financially.
Yeah.
But I think teams need to be in the same jerseys. And I think there needs to be some kind of rules even on what the jersey can be. Like, I think I chimed in on one of your chats about not wearing the white jerseys. Just stuff like that. Because just a white jersey is hard to see a BB hit.
Yeah.
That's the same with flashlights. It's hard to see hits and stuff like that. So, yeah, everything needs to be similar,
or even like a neon yellow or something like that. It's like that's almost what every ref's gonna wear, so you can't even have this second of hesitation for them to think they might be shooting a ref, standing back there. Nothing to throw them off. HTK's in here now. Super glad. I think he's referring to. He forgot I got to tune mine on gameplay. Turn mine on all gameplay. I'm not sure. That might be Harrison behind that. HTK right there.
What's he talking about? His flashlight?
I think that's what he's referring to, is his flashlight.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to. I have no problem with it. I was on the idea of like, hey, it's a tool we can use right now. Let's go ahead and use it. When they implemented the no feathering thing, I was part of the feathering thing as well beforehand. It's like that's what suppress fire kind of thing. And then once it kind of moved into the rule, it's just like. It's a wrap. So
and like I'm okay with whatever, like, but I just want a rule. Like, are we gonna do it or are we not? Like, can we just come up with something? Me, I can't walk a trigger. I I never did in paintball. I could never two-finger, never. So that's what I would do. Then rules change and I got to adapt, but let's just come up with one. Can we do it or not? And what?
Not only do we have them, but enforce them too.
Exactly.
Refs need to be, and James made a comment about it a few minutes ago. He's a ref. He thinks more refs need to take things more serious. There's been times at certain fields, there's no point in saying names, but there's been refs out there just like, it obviously didn't give a shit what was going on. They was just there, just kind of there. It's like you're not even there. You might as well just go over there and watch. I think we definitely need that as the refs themselves have almost like a team. Them have their own thing going on, taking things more serious. Having enough refs for your players. I mean, it'd be nice to see 10 refs. One on each player. Or at least 8. Would be kind of cool to see. I mean, every angle's covered. They're watching. So if the ref don't see it and you think you shot him, well, trust the refs. Just go with the ref. Don't argue with the ref.
And this is a big shout out for my team. Like, we need to start respecting the refs too. Like, if they call something, and like you're saying, there's refs out there that are bad that aren't even. They're just there because their buddy asked them, "Hey, can you ref this tournament?" Whatever. Yeah. There's good refs, bad refs, but once we get an established league or something, like, we need to respect their decision. Like, no arguing. And my team is very, very vocal when it comes to that kind of stuff. And we shouldn't. Like, if a ref calls something, like, let's just... That's it. Like, it's their call. Like, we gotta, let them make the call. But we also need good refs. We do need good refs. And I'll be discussing a few of those things tomorrow about my tournament. Nothing bashing, but just stuff that we could do to improve. But that was just a local tournament. But I'll be discussing that tomorrow.
Well, I don't want to change direction of that or nothing, but Speedsoft Australia said, Steve, you're going to have to get me on, man. Are you referring to this podcast? Because I would love to have you on here. Love to. I hope that's what you're referring to.
Zebra Gang. That's what we need. Like, we need, like how you said, like, we need just refs. Like, it's not a certain team reffing. Like, I know tacos help out a lot out of the local field, but once the sport gets bigger, like, you just need refs. Like, that's their job, you know? It's not this guy from that team and his buddy and, his brother, and that's their job.
Speedsoft Australia, certainly. I definitely could have. I'll get with you on the date to do that, but that's a definite.
Aber's trying to jump on here too. He'd be a good one to have. He's got a lot of knowledge.
I'm excited about getting a lot of people on here.
Yeah. See, that's when you know you're starting to do stuff. I'm just that guy. Look at it. You're getting a list of people that want to be on here.
Yeah, I'll make us think 2 days a week.
You can be like Oprah. You gotta do this daily.
You get a podcast. You get a podcast.
You get a gun.
Competitive Speedsoft said NXL only uses refs that are NXL trained.
Yeah.
Nice to hear. Warning, 5 of them should arrive. Just don't want to be. Yeah, what somebody said a second ago is Brady did, talking about refs not being biased. We've come across some biased refs. And I think that's a twofold, too. Even on your own team, if you're too busy watching. Now, I get when we're like, hey, I would be more aggressive towards my own team, but I don't think we should. I mean, trying to keep the bias out of that. I think it's extremely important. I mean, because if you're so biased and you're like, I don't like this team, so you're spending so much time like trying to catch one to pull. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're like, I don't like them or I don't like them, and you're spending all your focus. And it's almost as bad as tunnel vision of the guy playing that's got tunnel vision.
Yeah.
He's so focused on you and missing all this other stuff that's going on. So definitely, I think there needs to be a training to it, some things to watch for. You know, like somebody just knows what to watch for. Individual get hit, you know, it's kind of like even if you don't see a BB, when you see the initial kind of flinch, you know, kind of thing, like, I don't know, I got you, bro. The way you flinched, you know.
No.
It was a dead giveaway, but okay.
Yeah, and that's like you can. Whenever you have friends, family, teammates, like there's always going to be bias, and there's always going to be, you know, that speculation of is this ref doing it fair, and that's why you just can't have that. Like, don't even like Tacos will not play in a tournament, even if it's a little one at True Aim, and ref it, because we've had talks with Caber about, you know, oh, we just want to play this tournament. We could ref it. No, because there's even if we're as fair as we could be, there's always going to be the, you know, hey, he let some stuff slide, or even worse, like we let stuff slide. What if we actually do? Like, we just got to keep that whole speculation out and just have some real refs.
Yeah, I agree, and especially when it comes to, I mean, it's going to boil down to people not arguing with the ref's decision, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, well, what if they lost? And they're like, well, he's biased and he let them slide. You know, now you got the argumentative from their side towards that ref, like, man, he's letting them slide, you know, and it's more animosity and tension that just really needs to stay off the field. But
yeah.
Super hard to build a decent ref team. Takes a lot of time. I could imagine so. Fives. Talking about making hard to build a decent ref team, and a consistent one too, because there's a lot of refs that we've seen that are players as well. They just
and to get an actual ref team, that's when it's going to have to be an established league. Like you can't, your local field can't put together a good team of refs. Like you just can't. That takes time and money. Like you have to pay these refs to come down there and train on what you're looking at and what you want. Like that takes time.
I agree.
Like, you can't just grab staff members. Come here. This is what we're looking for. Now go ref. No, it takes hours and hours.
Yeah.
Of this is what you're looking for if you're this ref and this. Like.
Yeah, not only that, it's, you know, not only just to think of like, all right, well, if you see him get hit. No, there's a little bit more than that. Maybe looking for something that his gun's doing, to be able to realize if somebody's using ramping, if somebody's feathering a trigger, if somebody's, you know, doing something that's not supposed to be done, other than just the BB striking them, you know, because it's still...
Exactly. Like, that's a good point. Like, you got some 16-year-old kid ref that's just out there watching to see if a BB hit. Does he know that other stuff? Does he know... ramping, and does he, you know,
or binary and things like that, and it's just like,
you know, who's watching the sidelines? Like, is there anything going on the sidelines?
Good point.
You know, like with people in the dead box and hand signals and this, and like there's a lot of stuff that, you know, goes along with it. So
that's a good point. I never even thought of that on dead boxes. People like indicating where somebody's at or something. That's a good thought.
Yeah, I mean, as a player, you kind of learn stuff like where the ref is looking, and that's another thing. Like, you can't have a ref just like, like, because that's a giveaway. I was playing yesterday, and I knew exactly in the snake where guys are.
Yeah.
You know, you got, as a ref, you got to learn stuff like look this way, but you're looking this way. You know.
But some
I knew where my the snake player was the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just stuff like that. So
yeah, absolutely dead giveaway. Sitting there watching them, and I've taken pictures and stuff, and like some of my guys I play with, you know, out in the field, not necessarily speak of field, but saying like outdoors and stuff. And I've been over there with my phone, and I'm just trying to get a good picture, you know. And I'm like, I know I'm giving him away, like I'm pointing my phone right at him, and I say to him, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm giving you away, but let me get this real quick, you know.
Yeah. I'll do that too. I like at the field, like. Doing it for the IG, you know, getting the video guy going down the snake and you're following him. You're like, I know I'm giving you away. My bad, bro.
Beacon, you know, he's right where he's at.
I get shot way more trying to take pictures for the team than I do playing. I hate taking pictures for the team. Man, I come home laced up. Like, this sucks. This sucks. All for the gram.
All for the gram. Struggle's real.
Yes.
It definitely takes a sharp eye and a stern voice in certain situations. Yeah, I'd agree.
That's so true. Like refs, that's so true. Like, they need to, when they make a call, they need to stand by it. They need to, for one thing, you can't be scared to make a call. And when you do, stand by it. And pretty much don't take no shit. Like, if you're calling it, call it. Get the guy out.
Yeah.
You know what? Get to the dead box. Have your captain talk to me after the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need refs that aren't scared to make a call. And yeah, that's 100.
Speeds of Australia, I'd love to have you in here now. I don't really know how to three-way call this kind of thing. I'm on a personal call in Discord with Baby Goat here. Do you know how to do that? Because I don't know how to do that. I wouldn't know how to do it without ending it and then creating a new one.
Would you just be able to invite him to Discord?
I'm not sure.
I think you could. But yeah, Fives had a good comment also. You have to have a head ref who will only speak to the captains and just the captains. Mm-hmm. And my team is so guilty of that. Like, if they see something, I have 2-3 of my tacos talking to the head captain, and I'm trying to break it up because that's the way it should be. Mm-hmm. Head ref and captain should be the only ones talking. My guys should come to me, tell me what's going on, and I go to them. Mm-hmm. It just makes it more difficult. And my team, his team, once you get like 3 or 4 guys over there, it causes too much confusion. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ooh, Caber has Discord.
If you know how to add him, because I don't have him on Discord or anything like that. I called you, so you should be able to invite out. I don't think I can invite. I have no idea how to do it on a personal call. I know how to do it on my servers.
Okay. I thought we were in a server.
No, we're...
Yeah, I don't know how to do that then without...
No, just direct call.
Yeah, I thought we were... Honestly, I didn't even look. I thought we were in a server the whole time. That's cool. Whatever. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how to do this stuff.
I'd yet to know that. I know little stuff, servers, but calls like this, I have never added somebody. Add person option should be in the top right of your screen. We're going to try to figure this out.
Yeah, I might have just... I don't know if I just cut myself off, but...
No, you're still here.
Okay. I'm
not showing my age.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't even know if I'm... Who are we trying to get to this?
Space File Australia said he can't now. That's what I seen. Caber said add person in top right. He's also the one that said I have Discord. So I don't know if he was saying I have Discord in a sense of, a hint of like, hey. To my whole team, I'm 900. They call me 900 years old all the time.
Of course.
If I forget something, if I do anything,
because you're old.
Yeah, they're like, get your walker, Steve. You're 900. They just babies. I'm in my prime, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do it to the call. So
I'll create a server next time. I just do just a server to have people.
That's what I did on mine.
Specific one.
Yeah, you could add them pretty easy that way.
Yeah, I don't have a server like that for mine. But last few people I've just called directly like this. So
Hey, whatever works.
Noah built his own ark. I didn't build Noah's ark for him. With age comes wisdom. That's right, Houdini. See? There you go.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I don't call you 900. Yeah, Melon don't. He calls me young, more or less. Yeah, I think we have covered so many good things, too. It's almost like, what do I ask next? What do I say?
Yeah, we did. We did good. We did good.
Because I don't have any questions, and we have questions just answered that I didn't even anticipate coming up. But as normal, you know, I figured some things would flow.
Yeah.
But for y'all that are in here, in the description of this video is his YouTube channel and his gram, so please go over there if you have not followed or subscribed to him, and definitely hit that button. Baby Goat, I would love to talk sometime about officiating with you.
Hey,
Is he on the
I'm all ears anytime.
Well,
yeah, I think we're pretty good. I'm glad we got to, close the distance between us, and
agreed.
Little East Coast West Coast conversations.
Yes, deeply needed. Definitely. Well, I will say for this, I guess. I mean, they're gonna conversate here for a second, I'm sure. But y'all that are in the chat, I appreciate every one of y'all. I always do. So thankful for y'all that y'all show up every time. And then sometimes I see new faces. It's nice to see. Speedsoft, if you are still watching, I'm definitely probably going to hit you up as soon as I get off this thing, just to see what if we can't work out a schedule. I know you're on such a different time frame, but we can definitely substitute a day or a different time that works best for both of us, because that'll be a really good one to have you on here. Very exciting. For the rest of you guys, I really, really appreciate y'all. Make sure that y'all go in that description if you're not already following him or subscribe to him. Y'all should have done it. You should have done it right when you opened it up. The freaking coast.
But that also goes for all these West Coast guys that, all my people that are in chat, like this guy right here. He's the real deal. He's the next thing. I can see it. So all the people on the West Coast that are in here for me, like, subscribe to him. Like, check his stuff out. Steve's doing it right. He's doing good stuff. Give him a follow, Instagram, all that stuff. He's on it. Check it out.
I appreciate you, man. I really do.
Oh, well, I've said it since I started watching your stuff. You're gonna do good stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna keep going into it, but I described you as the next Demo. That's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be that guy. You're gonna be that guy.
We'll see. I do appreciate that so much. Houdini, nanu. That's an inside joke, but he'll know what I mean. Nanu. Yeah, well, I guess I can end this thing out with these guys, and I'd like to do this with you again, man, at some point, maybe in a few months or something. Let some things show up, some things happen.
We're keeping a little quiet on some things, and when some stuff breaks, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get back on here and discuss some stuff that's coming up, and, we'll have to get let's do this again, because there will be some changes here coming up shortly that we're going to want to talk about. So let's do it again soon.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'll try to stay in the loop however I can. I'll be on the lookout for anything that's going on, and we'll see. Other than that, y'all, I appreciate y'all again, and we'll end this out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.